Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahushua, B'Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh. And in this lesson, I'm going to go into Esau will become slaves in the kingdom, talking about the so-called white man who's in control of his kingdom right now. But it won't last long because his time is running out because of all the things that he did unto Israel. Starting off at Isaiah 34:8. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And if you read the NLT, it says, for it is the day of Yahweh's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. See, so Esau is ultimately just building up his judgment even more upon himself to what they have done unto Israel, more and more each day. Because as you see, they're not holding back. They're not, they're not trying not to hurt Israel. They're purposely trying to mislead them, fall away from the Lord. And you think Yahweh can't see this? Nah, man, the Lord can see everything. Can see his deceit, the shit he's trying to pull, trying to cause Israel to sin, so that way the Lord won't reclaim us back. So because of all of this, judgment is really building on himself. For when the day of judgment comes, all his kingdom will be erased. Will be taken out. Next, I'm going to get Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the face of the saints. See, and Esau is always killing with the sword. Because that's what he got. He got the blessing of the sword. This guy is known as the man of sin for a reason. So because of this, he's going to end up being led into captivity. He'll be under us. He'll be in a state of torment. Because he used to have us, under his control. But now, well, soon, he'll be under our control. Even all these heathen too. So he will be taken out by his own weapon, and he will come submit unto us. Because as you see right now, his blessing and the sword is being taken away. He's not really shown. He's not really seen as all powerful as he once was. Everyone's seeing his weaknesses, his vulnerability right now. And it's going to be used on him to bring him down. And in the end, to ultimately serve us. Next, I'm going to get Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith Yahweh, for the transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. See, so the hatred of Esau and Jacob, well, the hatred for Esau has for Jacob still continues since he lost his birthright. And ever since then, he'll have always tried to really come against us. And that's why they always keep on hating us. That's why Esau always comes against Jacob the most. It's just in their spirit to hate us, to come against us, because they lost their blessing. But it was their fault to fucking sell their blessing in the first place. They didn't care about what the Lord has had for him. Well, ultimately, it wasn't really for him, because otherwise they wouldn't have lost it. But you know what I mean. Because he didn't accept the Lord's, the Lord being, him being firstborn. He didn't care. He didn't care about it. Offer some fucking meat, raw meat. But next, let me get Isaiah 14:1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh, for servants and handmaids, and they shall make them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. See, so we were once, being put under their captivity, but now we're going back to switching, and we're going to be ruling over them. And the strangers is talking about here is talking about Israelites who are scattered throughout all the nations, who've lost their own identity, who ended up mixing in with them. But this is calling to all Israelites who were lost. But anyway, as I said, all the enemies that we were forced to serve, because they organized and came together against us, that they're going to be under our control. They're going to be serving us. They're going to be building. They're going to be planting, harvesting, digging. They're going to be doing all the work in the kingdom to build us up. Well, we're going to be made perfect with the Lord, ruling in righteousness, unlike these heathen. And we're going to have order, and have justice. So all these heathen, they're going to be paid back in the kingdom by serving us. And for Esau, he's going to be doing the harsh work. He's not going to have no rest too. But next, let me get Isaiah 60:10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy on thee. See, so the strangers, that's this time it's not talking about the lost Israel. This time it's talking about actual heathen strangers. They're the ones who are going to be working on our kingdom, building us up, because they're going to be our property. All the descendants of the heathen, they're going to be ours to control. And as it says, the Most High had mercy on us. The Most High doesn't have mercy on these other nations, just on Israel. So that's why Israel is going to be in control of all these heathen. First of all, because we're the sons of the Most High, and also we're the only ones that can rule in righteousness, since we are the sons of the Lord. The Most High has chosen us. But next, let me get 11. Therefore, thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. See, so we're going to keep growing continually, forever and ever. We're going to always keep prospering, always keep expanding our kingdom. And our gates are going to be open forever. So that means there's going to be business coming to our kingdom 24/7. There's not going to be no time where it's going to slow down. It's going to be unprosperous. No, man, we're going to always keep growing for eternity. While these heathen, they're going to be under our control, man. Because as you see, we can't run shit here. They can't take care of theirs, especially Esau. He does the exact opposite, man. The exact opposite of what the Lord wants. But next, let me get Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And if you read it in NLT, it says, O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile. But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed. Because we were once on the, being oppressed all the time. Once we were completely in slavery. Because we fell away from the Lord. But since the Lord had mercy on us, He's bringing us back. Through Yahushua. But next, let me get Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. See, so Yahweh and Yahushua are going to avenge Israel by the sword, to execute the judgment upon Esau, really, mainly, and all the heathen too. Because these heathen are not innocent. These other nations, besides Esau, no, they're not innocent. Not that Esau's innocent, because he's the one who, he's number one antagonist in this story. And these nations join alliance with him. So, heavy judgment's going to come upon them, man. And that's why their kingdom is going to be completely, destroyed, man. And at the end, whenever they're in their bunkers and everything, all the top heathen family that survive, we're going to end up rounding them up whenever we make it in the kingdom. And they're going to be the ones that are going to be in the chains doing all this hard labor, working them to death. But really Esau. Because of all the suffering that we had to go through. Because of that, all that's bouncing back on them. But next, let me get one more. Amos 9 and 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacles of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith Yahweh, that doeth this. See, so we're going back to those glorious days that we once were in the time of King David. Because we were ruling, we were prospering, we were very close to the Lord. Especially with King David in control. Since the Most High had favor in King David. But this time, it's gonna be even better than it was back then. Because we're gonna be connected to the Lord. And we're gonna have Esau and all these heathen as a possession. They're always gonna be working for us. They're gonna share their gold, share their food, their property, everything they got. They're gonna share it with us. They're gonna give it to us. So these heathen, they're gonna be under our control. We're gonna take what they got. They're gonna give us what they got. But anyway, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rahakodash. And until next time, I'm going to say Shalom.